Hello. In this video, we're going to talk about approvals workflows and how you might go about implementing one within your Quickbase application. So this is a project management application for construction or type of use case. And in here, you can see I've pulled up an example a project. It's called Renovations Project Cobalt. And down below, you can see the project team members, the people that have been assigned to the project, what their allocation is, whether they are marked as an approver within that role. And if I scroll down, you can see the varying levels of completion for all the deliverables across all the phases. So you can see phase 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, etc. And there's a button that's implemented in this application called Action. And this button is responsible for moving the process to the next step within the workflow. And it will only do it depending upon what the conditions are within that deliverable. So you can see this step here where it says installation scheduled as a deliverable. If I were to click mark in progress, this is just going to step it through the next step of the workflow. If I were to scroll down to the bottom, it now says under that same deliverable, it says it is marked as in progress, and the next step is let's complete this deliverable. So I could click the complete this deliverable and scroll back down, and you can see, hey, that deliverable has been completed. But if I have a deliverable called install approval, which requires an approval, you can see up at the top, this is approval required as a checkbox. The flow can be a little different. So if I select mark in progress, what has happened now, because that is an approval dependent deliverable, is it says in progress awaiting approval. So what has now happened in the background is if I were to go to the approvals tab, you can see for that deliverable, install approval in phase 3, the customer has received a notification that says, hey, would you approve this deliverable? And so if I were to go to my email, because I have this set up where I'm receiving all of the deliverables, approval workflows to my email box, you can see that they will receive an email that says, hey, your approval has been requested. They'll see the changes within that approval workflow of this has changed, the approval has been requested. It now says it's in progress awaiting approval. And within the email that has been sent, it gives you options of approval. I could either add a comment before submission, approve it, or reject it. Now, maybe I need to go check the expenses on that project to see if I approve this. If I click install approval, it will bring me back into the application. If I wasn't logged in, it would have me log in again, but in this case, I'm already logged in. And it brings me at the deliverable level details. You can see this deliverable does not have a budgeted amount, so that's going to remain 0. I can check assignments, file attachments. I can see those expenses. So everything looks pretty good. Okay, great. I can actually go over to the approvals tab, mark my approval as a customer, and we are good to go. It just changed the deliverable approval for that step. The customer, John Wayne, has approved this. I guess I'm John Wayne. Cool. And it is now, as you notice, has marked the next approval in this workflow as approval requested. This email will also be sent. So if I go over, you can see I've also received an email for that individual as well. So you can see your approval has been requested. Shows the same thing. Now, this time, what I'm going to do is I'm going to say add a comment before submission. It will bring me into the application. I can say, yes, this looks great. Approved. And when I click approve, because I've done this through the email, you'll get a notification that says, hey, thank you, your approval update has been submitted. So now that approver can just hit close and go back to their email. Now, if I just refreshed this page, you can see that as a result of me having clicked that button to say approved, the installer now shows approved, and you can also see that it's been approved awaiting completion, and I can click complete deliverable from here, and now the deliverable has been completed, reflecting continued progress on that project phase within the project. So that's just one of the ways that you'd be able to accomplish an approvals workflow within Quickbase. Really, it kind of comes down to what your process is and what your workflow is that you'd like to implement. Really, there's a lot of different ways that this could be done. We'd love to hear from you. How do you want approvals to work? Let us know. Thanks.